Hey guys, it's Seth and Beth for the Seth and Beth
Hi,
podcast.
everyone.
Today we talk about how to rock an amazing 5 tips to rock an
You
amazing.
actually throw a sixth one in there. 6 tips.
6 tips to rock. Thank you, Beth. 6 tips to rock an amazing wedding reception timeline, from the dancing, the cake cutting, when to get your photos taken, going to cocktail hour. It's all involved.
This is good stuff.
Listen to the Seth and Beth podcast on YouTube. Watch us on YouTube for 5 amazing wedding timeline
6.
tips. 6. Oh my gosh, I love you. Bye.
Bye,
See you.
guys.
Seth and Beth podcast. As always, my name is Seth and this is Beth. Hello, darling.
Hi.
We're a married couple from Akron, Ohio. We were in Columbus for the last 16 years. We drive all over the state of Ohio and frankly all over the nation, doing weddings, senior portraits, all types of photography. We really specialize in weddings. And today we're bringing you some topics on. Beth, what are we talking about today?
Oh my gosh, this is really great stuff that I'm excited to share with people. Today we're going to talk about the 5 tips of wedding reception timeline.
So we've done over 200 weddings, which we have friends who have done 1,000. And but over the course of 10 years, you learn a lot of things about how a reception should go down. What are the best ways to fill the time? What are some common mistakes that people might make that might lead to an maybe some timing that just isn't sync right? So we're here to help. We're going to share some of our knowledge. And so Beth, fire off real quick. What is one of the first tips we can talk about?
I want to talk about cocktail hour. To attend or not to attend?
To
that
go,
is the question.
That is the question. So cocktail hour obviously is the hour in between sort of your ceremony and your reception. If they're in the same, if you're getting married in the same place, we always like to say, can you please leave us a cocktail 90 minutes?
I was about to say, yeah. And you know what? I've been saying that more and more. A cocktail 90 minutes. The bride and groom like that too.
Yeah, the hour, like say you get done, you finish your wedding or ceremony, you walk out at 6. Having an introduction to your reception at 7 is just very tough. After your wedding, there might be 10 to 15 minutes of pure chaos. So all these people that were sitting down, they were told they can't celebrate, they can't hug, they can't embrace. They're going to just explode with emotion and joy, and they're going to start hugging you. People hug each other. It's a beautiful time. And so butting up events right after, say, ceremony at 5 and then starting cocktail hour, it just doesn't happen that way.
I know.
We might not start
in real life, it just
doesn't
happen.
So
that
we tell
way.
people, give at least 15 minutes of chaos, and we might start family photos, formal photos, is something like 5, 17, or 20 after. But
which you're really good at. You're good
yep.
at family photos.
And then find a photographer. If it's not us, find a photographer who can be forceful but still happy and maintain a great balance for those family photos. But in general, family photos might take 15 to 20 minutes. So then you're really only left with 20 minutes of creative photos. So we say, look, just give us a cocktail 90 minutes.
Right.
And that gives your photographer plenty of time to photograph you and your spouse and maybe that large bridal party.
Some reasons that people want to attend or not attend the cocktail hour.
Go ahead, Beth.
Some people, they just got married and there's been so many decisions already, and they just need a little break. They just need a mental break, which is totally fine. It's okay to say I'm not going to attend the cocktail hour so I can just chill and hang out with my wedding party because these are my bestie people before I have to go and then now meet everybody at the reception. So it's okay to know yourself and your new spouse and what you guys can handle in a day.
We've had other clients say, I absolutely want to go to cocktail hour because I just want to chill, relax, get a drink in me. And
I've been looking forward to seeing all these people.
Yes, and maybe reduce the formality that you. I also think it kind of reduces the formality that your 2 big stars are going to make this grand entrance. You kind of just mosey in the cocktail hour, start hugging and talking with people, and that's the thing you can do too. The caveat to that is if you don't want to go to cocktail hour, the option is you can go around during dinner, go table to table and say hello, and people really like that. They feel I've definitely having a couple mothers who are eager to criticize, Beth, I would say is I know my mom will be
our mothers?
I know my mom will be at a wedding and be like, they didn't even come around and talk to us at the table. I gave them a gift and they never even said hello to me. So there is some sort of formality, especially with older folks, about coming around and saying hello. Beth, what's the second tip we can tell people?
Okay, the next tip is dancing after dinner.
Yeah, so sometimes we walk right in and boom, couples want to go right at the dancing. I think one of the things I hear often, which I'm sad about, is people say, we just want to get it out of the way. Well, this is a great event for you in your life and for your parents.
Yes.
People look forward to this event. Dads dream about this day.
I'm the mother of a son, and
You can't wait.
I can't wait.
So this is not an event we just need to get out of the way and hoping to get it done. This is a very special moment. And here's the hard part, folks. You might not understand this, but if you're planning a new wedding, to walk in a reception, number one, your guests are kind of stunned. They don't know it's just like a stunning event. And so they might not be quite ready.
Because they're just wrapping up cocktail hour.
They're just wrapping up. And next thing you know, boom. The other thing is, as a DJ, as a photographer, as videographers, sometimes, frankly, we're not quite ready to take the most gorgeous, beautiful photos. When you just walk in, there's a lot of unknowns. Where are you going to walk in? Where are you going to stand? How do we light this? In the end, we tell people too is when you walk in and dance first, then we shut down the dancing and start other events. We wholeheartedly love the idea that if you just dance after dinner,
right,
it's wonderful. It gives all of your vendors some time to sort of feel the room, see what's going on, see where the light is instead of just walking in. And a new thing too, Beth, is I tell people is taking dancing photos in the dark is very, very difficult. So if you want dreamy, amazing dance photos and you want them for your first dance, it's okay if you schedule your first dance third, Beth. So you can do father-daughter, you can do mom-son, and do your amazing dance. Because inevitably, look, folks, if I get 3 dances to really master the lighting and take amazing dancing shots, it's going to be the last one I'm really going to rock. I mean, it's
you
just like...
You always say that. Now, I've never ever seen anyone do this yet, where they do them like in reverse order. But
it can be done.
I know that makes total sense.
The reverse order really allows the dad to hand the bride to you one more time. It's quite Beth, you love that.
That's cute.
So anyway, just letting you guys know, dance after dinner. Why, Beth? Because once you dance, we're starting the events to get the dancing going.
Honey, I just saw it all in my mind where the dad hands.
You see. And then that leads to our third pro tip, which is what, Beth?
Anniversary dance.
Now, listen, I love these. A lot of people are against some formalities. A lot of people, they just say, well, we're not doing any of those crazy formalities. But the anniversary dance is wonderful. And tell them why, Beth.
Oh, I love it so much. Okay,
Because
so it gets everybody dancing. Sometimes you'll have the older crowd that they kind of just sit there the whole time.
Yes.
But it really gets everybody going.
It will get the oldest people in the room out dancing, which is inevitably the cutest thing ever to see. It looks great.
I always look forward to see how many years
How many years? It's amazing. You get this 40s, 50s, 60s. It's incredible. It gets everyone out of their seat. It starts the dancing process. And a lot of times they'll stay and keep the dancing flowing. Beth,
I have seen reverse anniversary dance where we start with the people that were married the fewest number of years, and then we add to that. So the final shot are actually...
Beth, look at that.
Yeah.
So normally, folks, what Beth is talking about is for a normal anniversary dance, everyone starts dancing. Then the DJ does a cute thing. If you've been married for 4 hours, leave the dance floor, and people start dwindling out. Inevitably, you're left with the 2 old people that look the cutest and amazing. But Beth's saying is you go in reverse and you start adding and adding and adding, so the last shot is everybody, and that's amazing too. And you can fire right into some fun dancing after that.
I do like it when the DJ's like, what kind of advice you? I do like that.
That's
old
cute.
People do have good advice. Sometimes I do feel like maybe they get themselves in trouble. Like, listen, they say that you should never go to bed without, working out your arguments. Well, shit, sometimes you just got to go to bed, okay?
That's my sentiment exactly with you. I'm like, what? We'll just fight about this tomorrow. Okay, so that's a great tip. Beth, keep going. One more.
Okay.
A couple more. Go ahead.
Monitor sunset.
Now, we live in Ohio, so out of 365 days, we get about 7 sunsets.
Stop. That's not...
But I would say is monitor the sunset. If you want some gorgeous photos, we love taking photos right as the sun's going down, and it's a gorgeous time. And so, look, talk to your photographer. Hopefully they're us. Talk with your planner or your DJ and just make 10 minutes to step outside.
Yeah, it's literally Google search, when is sunset on this date? And it's always right.
We can go after dinner. We can go during dinner. Sometimes you can have dinner, then we cut the cake, and then there's 10 minutes of people milling around before you start your dances. That's fine too.
And it is sometimes, though, the idea of 10 minutes of perfect lighting is so better than an hour of noon overhead lighting.
That's right, Beth. When people say we have to do creative at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I cringe a little bit because it's just tough on the eyes and
Everyone's
the baggy.
sweating.
Everyone's
And
sweating.
now
It's
you
hot.
like your memories of those creative photos was just being hot. It
And, like,
wasn't
let's get this
actually
over
being
with.
in love.
Mm-hmm.
But like sunset, I mean, that is like taking photos in a dream.
It's gorgeous. What's the final tip, Beth, we can offer to folks?
Okay, the final tip, honey, is that the night photos.
Now, we specialize in night photos. I'm not going to cut any corners. We're awesome at it. We practice doing photos at night. We freak out our neighbors with flashes, and it's been crazy. But over the years, we've developed to make really amazing night photos. And inevitably, if we can take 5, 7, 10 minutes during all the craziness, call it 10 o'clock, call it 10:30, whatever you want, we walk outside, every couple, they just breathe this enormous sigh of relief. Oh, I'm so verbatim. I'm so glad we did this.
And
It is just-
immediately they're like, honey, we're married.
happens every time.
I love
You sort of
it.
just to pause for a moment, take a deep breath, step away from everyone, and we capture what inevitably becomes one of their timepieces in their one of the main photos in their album, or one of the main photos they put on the wall, or is one of those beautiful night shots.
Even when I like look back at this photo, I always smile, like, because I always remember like being out there too. Like, oh, that was so fun. Because it is just like a fun 10 minutes, 5 minutes that you guys were able to share privately together. And then you just go right back in and start dancing. And nobody even knows you're gone. Like, not one person, because everyone's having a good time during the
Yep.
reception. No one even knows you're gone.
So we brought you 5 tips, Beth. I would throw in just one last one.
What?
Sometimes we get requests for sparkler send-offs. Folks, you have to know, if you schedule your sparkler send-off, this is not like the 1950s anymore. Folks, leave. We have had scheduled sparkler send-offs at the very last event, and it's the bridal party and us and no one else, because everyone else is gone. So if you want, we have had, I would say, one cool tip that people are doing. It doesn't have to be sparklers. They can be throwing a bunch of crazy things. It can be silly string. It can be wild, but schedule it around 10 o'clock, 10:30. Schedule it when people can actually attend, so everyone just steps outside. Everyone gets a breath of fresh air. Maybe have this little sparkler, little send-off, and go right back into dancing. It totally works.
That's a great, I'm glad you said that, babe. Nice job.
In essence, those are our tips for rocking an amazing wedding timeline. Comment below if you disagree, and I'll have it out with you. No, I'm kidding. But make sure you smash that like button right here on the
And
bottom
if you
right
have
side.
other comments or other ideas or tips for people, just put them in the comments as well. Like sometimes I feel like I'm inspired by some of the comments that you guys leave.
Absolutely. Follow us on YouTube as always. And if you want to book us, SethandBeth.com. We're based out of Akron, but we travel a lot, Beth. We
over.
travel all over the place.
Together. I love you.
Love you, baby. Thanks for following.
Thanks, everyone.
And make sure you like the video. Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye, guys.